Nothing's crazier than what I'm going to go ahead and call probably the wildest CONCACAF Champions League result I've ever seen, probably ever in the history of CONCACAF Champions League. Austin FC against Violette AC. Violette AC knocked out an MLS semifinalist last year in Austin FC. Ridiculous, bro. Everything was against Violette, bro. And let's just start off with that. Their first leg was at home for the Haitians, right? But here's the thing. They had not played a competitive game in over a year. Over a year because their domestic league got canceled due to violence. It didn't start back up this last year, and they have no competitive football to play. Their home game isn't even in their home country. They have to use the Dominican Republic as a site for their home. Just the disparity between the player quality. I mean, you have guys like Sebastian Driussi, who was the second place for MVP last year in the MLS, on the team for Austin FC. You have guys like Diego Fagundes, Maximiliano Urruti, Ethan Finley, Danny Pereira, Alex Ring. All of these guys who are MLS studs at this point, playing against, again, just to be completely honest, Haitian semi-pros. It makes no sense. When you put it together, it makes no sense. But what's crazy is that this is a round of 16 game. Austin FC go down to this atmosphere and they lose 3-0. 3-0. And it was the worst game I've ever seen an MLS team play. It was horrible. And on the flip side of that, probably the best I've ever seen a Caribbean club play. Ever. 3-0 in the Dominican Republic, in the island of Hispaniola. Ridiculous result. And low-key, they did it in fucking style, bro. They have this left winger called, and get this, Roberto Baggio is his name. That's his name, bro. What a name. And a lot of pressure to put on a kid, let's be honest. But he's just flying down this left wing. Nick Lima cannot contain him. And he finds and connects with his central striker, Sherry, who's a big man in that box. Big man. Gets two really nice headers, 2-0. The third goal's a disaster at the back from Austin FC. One of the worst own goals I've ever seen. Yeah. And not only is it 3-0, but they keep that result for the remainder of the game. That's unheard of, bro. Second leg was actually in Austin, and just so happens that the Give and Go headquarters is here in Austin. So I went to go see my first Champions League game ever. Austin FC against Violette. We have to turn the tide by 3 goals just to equalize. When I went into it, I was like, we can flip this, because this is what happens. You go on the road, it's really hostile, you lose, but then you come back and it's the same thing for them. It's hostile for them. They're not used to the weather, and you get the job done. And what I ended up seeing was just one of the weirdest but also craziest performances in CONCACAF history, bro. Because at the end of the day, Violette held on and only lost the game 2-0 to win the whole tie 3-2 on aggregate. Unreal. Beyond all of those cons and negative disadvantages that they had in that first leg, it got even worse for the second leg because, unfortunately, there's passport issues, there's visa issues. They only had 14 players total go to Austin.
3 subs?
They had 3 subs. They had 3 players on the bench, bro. That was it. It was the most depleted benches I had ever seen because it was 2 coaches, 3 players in bibs, and the physical trainer.
My God.
It was ridiculous. And Austin FC had like a whole crew in their bench, man. Just throughout the whole game, it was 0-0 at halftime. 0-0. You just need a 1 goal just to even get a little bit of momentum on your side. But the Haitians said, no, fuck you. We're going to defend our lives out here, and we're not going to let you get past us. And that is exactly what they did. One of the most, honestly, impressive defensive performances I've ever seen in CONCACAF. And my God, was the result deserved. Again, probably the greatest CONCACAF Champions League upset I've ever witnessed, and probably in the history of the tournament, because the disparity is just, it's too big. It's too big, bro. At the end of the day, though, it did not matter because Violette said, fuck it, we're going against history and we're doing the impossible. After 40 minutes, I had an Austin FC jersey on, but I was going for Violette,
I was wondering if you started rooting for them.
I started rooting for them. I was like,
the story's too good.
It was too good. I was like, come on, like get that block. It was crazy, bro. And at the end of the game, I just had the biggest smile on my face because I saw true grit, a true underdog story actually take place right in front of my eyes.
The greatest CONCACAF upset of all time.
Of all time.
Wow.
Of all time, bro. Good luck to them. No idea what's going to happen after that. But either way, they pulled off one of the greatest upsets in CONCACAF Champions League history.